Ain't you glad you didn't
Right.
fucking quit?
You know what you're gonna have to do? I ain't gonna lie to you. Make sure you get me on video when you do it, and I'm gonna sign off with the you feel me with the blood pose. Make sure you do that. Once you tell yourself that,
Bro, I haven't done it in years, man. I haven't done it in years.
I'm talking about it was iconic.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Combo Series. I am your host RJ, aka Reg Travels,
and I am Trevin Reiser, aka the Chosen One, back again once again.
And hello, I'm back. I'm gonna come back often, but I'm Ted Strong.
Back by popular demand.
Yeah.
By popular demand. The first time this year too. Welcome.
Hey, you know what? This is actually around my anniversary.
Is it?
Yep. I saw it on Facebook. I don't know, it was one.
It was a post. It was. Yeah, as we're shooting this.
Shouts out
to Ted. Hey, nice to have you on.
I'll be all right.
Glad to have you back.
If you guys are listening on or watching on YouTube, thanks for the like and the subscribe. Firstly, we're on the road to 100 subscribers. Secondly, you already see our guest for the week, you guys. I'm going to do.
Yeah,
pointing again?
I was pointing at the guest.
Okay.
Everybody point that way.
There he is.
There he is. Thank you.
And for our audio listeners, you guys, this is a person I'm extremely excited to have on. Someone who Ted Strong and we've known for years, right?
Yeah.
Back in college. Yeah. Back in college.
Proud enough to call him my brother.
Very proud.
Blessed enough to call him my brother, to be honest.
Right.
Respect.
He and I met, I guess we'll kind of go over how each of us met or whatever, but just briefly, he and I met in the Spanish club.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was my first business partner. We used to just hang all the time. Any given day, he'll just come over to the house, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I think we met when I worked at Ruby Tuesday.
Okay.
He was on the line. Oh, and I think I told you before, but Terrence said, "Hey, I know everybody remember Terrence."
Shouts out to Terrence.
Him and Terrence he actually trained Terrence on the line.
That's what's
right. And then I think you had just jumped to serving when I got there. You trained me like maybe a minute. But yeah, and then ever since then, it was just linked.
I didn't know that.
That's what it was.
That's what's up. But he has actually done some stuff in life. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. He's moved to Puerto Rico. If you're looking on YouTube, you see the palm trees behind him right now. He's sitting on the beach. Everybody, welcome to ForeignSpencer. Everybody.
What's up?
There is gratitude.
Audience. You just don't hear it yet. Welcome to
gratitude.
Glad to have you here, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Appreciate it.
Man, just full of love and gratitude, man, just to have you fine gentlemen in my life and to see where you are on your journey and, you know, to see all of us elevating and just living, man, and just living in our purpose, bro. It's surreal, you know.
It is. I was thinking about that like a couple days ago, even maybe yesterday. Just like, I think you and I had this conversation. I kind of transferred this conversation to Trevin too. You were like, look at what we're actually accomplishing, like what we've actually gotten done already. And then people this is the type of stuff that people just talk about.
Yeah, that's actually a question that reminds me. So I'm going to ask you later on, Foreign, but I'm going to come back to it. So, but that reminds me of something. Yeah, I'm definitely going to remember because I want to know your response because of all that we've been through as a question. So your response. So I want to get your take on, but it'll be like,
okay. Yeah, I'm not going to let you forget.
But I'd like to introduce you to Trevin, Foreign, but because he doesn't know you, he doesn't know, you know, how we met. Let's go over that a little bit. Mine is kind of quick. So like I said, he and I, okay, so I'm walking into the Spanish club meeting. It's my first meeting, right?
Okay.
I think it was like a homework help or something. I can't remember what it was. But I walk in there and I'm looking, I'm like, it's another black dude in here. This dude got
yes.
I'm like, he speaks Spanish? So I go up and I start talking. I ain't gonna lie, I test you just to see what you're working with. You respond back to me. I'm like, oh, okay. I could get with this. And so we just hit it off and we've been friends ever since, and then turned into brothers.
Yeah, I think so. It's about the same with me. I think, but other than the Ruby Tuesday, we just started hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we've been through some crazy stuff. Like we might get a little bit into the past, you feel me, or whatever,
right.
a little bit later. But It was just the hanging out. I know he was real, you know what I'm saying? Then
you can feel
even with us being wild and not as knowledgeable as we are now, he would still try to give advice and mentor and still see the good. You feel me? And folks, because like you said, he started us on a lot of different ventures. You know what I'm saying? And stuff paying out, some stuff don't. Some people ready for it at that time, some people not.
Right.
But the one thing is, as you can see, we ain't lost that connection.
Right.
So
that's
like
facts.
Kind of wet, you feel me? Trapping, just know that's another good one.
Hey,
we keep connecting you through a lot of good.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, I mean, I already know. I mean, anybody that you guys introduced me to, if you guys fuck with them, I pretty much fuck with them.
Oh yeah.
It's just up to, do they fuck with me? Like, I can't decide that.
What about you, Foreign? When you met us, kind of like, what was your, you know what I'm saying, take on us?
Right.
Yeah, man. So I never forget RJ. I never forget RJ. I'm sitting in the meeting, and I'm really just filling out this whole new foreign environment because we were in Pace Hall, which was the international student dormitory and their student center for the internationals, and I was just getting into. I was just breaking out of my shell, and I was stepping into my purpose of who I am now as ForeignSpencer. Like I like that day that I met RJ is like one of the pinnacle days that made me who I am now, and it's just so beautiful. So
that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So I remember being at Pace Hall, and I was mingling with some foreigners, and I really wanted to get active with the Spanish club and also improve my Spanish. And man, this little guy walks in and he's just so charismatic, and everybody, RJ! I'm like, man, I'm like, now hold on, he's too short to play football.
Hold on, no, hey, I got to interrupt you. Look, I know everybody. Well, I know RJ remember. That was back when it was the done time.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh wow,
not done era.
Wow,
And
yeah.
Respect to the done, because the
Wow.
done made us who we are. I ain't gonna
true though.
To you,
he was
the done made us who we are. But go ahead,
yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Shout out to the Don. That was my alien, my alter ego at the time before I stepped into my purpose of ForeignSpencer. But yeah, I never forget that day. And like I said, the charisma that RJ had, I was like, now I'm charismatic, but damn. and the fact that everybody knew him and loved him and respected him, I was like, man, I'm about to watch this. It was another black man, so it was already love and respect, off the dribble, and like, he said something in Spanish. Yo le digo a él, claro que sí, que yo hablo español. He tried me up, so I just had to show him. And then when I heard his accent, I was like, man, this not no gringo. Like, where this dude from? Like, I thought he was like Colombian or Honduran. He's like, nah, man, I just traveled, bro. Like, I've been to Chile, Argentina. And I was just like, wow, So, yeah, that started with me and RJ. And then on the Tez, I remember exactly how I met Tez. So, I had already met Terrence. I was training Terrence on the line at another previous restaurant where I was working. And then, some things happened, and God led me. I'm telling you, listen, I just want to tell you, if you're on the line, if you ask God, the universe, the Most High, whoever you pray to, it doesn't even matter. If you ask them for things that you believe, it's going to happen. It may not happen like right overnight, but if you have enough belief, right? We call it manifestation, but if you got enough belief and you really want that to happen, it's going to happen. Because I'm telling you, I was manifesting a new job. I was working too many hours. I wasn't getting treated right. And man, I trained Terrence for like a few days. And man, the new job came through. And who was training me? Tez. So, and I end up talking, and and then just to come to find out they was roommates. Terrence had already told me a little bit about him. And then man, it was all love. So I walk on the line with Tez, and I'm talking about, this is a straight face guy. Like, this guy's not like straight face, he means business. Like, if you met Tez at this point, you would have known this guy means business. Like, he's like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, bro, what's up? What's good? I'm SP or whatever. He's like, yo, what's up? and gets right to work. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, this guy's by this check. And yeah, man, lo and behold, man, we end up breaking the ice with each other, end up becoming friends, but nothing has changed. He's still a hard worker. He's still by this check. You know, he still walks around like with dignity, wanting to, better himself daily. So yeah, that's my experience on meeting Red's Travels and Ted Strong. Yeah, that's my experience.
That's a good question, Tez. I've never asked him that.
But that ain't my question.
That was a good one though. What is it?
What is the question?
We gonna keep going. I'm curious.
We're gonna get into it.
You know me.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm curious. That's what's up. But yeah. So you live in Puerto Rico now.
Yeah, man, all the way from Puerto Rico. I'm actually stationed out here in the beautiful, beautiful Maya West, La Montaña, the mountains.
Yeah.
The mountains and the beach. Cause I'm on the beach right now, and I'm literally like 8 minutes from the house. So, just 8 minutes up the mountain, and I got a whole view of like the mountain and the beach. And I'm up there with the Rastaman, with the Rastamen, with the Rastafarians.
Okay.
Where they really where they feel comfortable, where they have everything they need, which would be like spring water, natural fruits and vegetables that grow off the land, privacy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Rastaman needs some privacy just to do his daily rituals and plant his food. He needs space. So I'm up there. My next door neighbor is a Rastaman has been playing reggae music in Puerto Rico for 33 years. He was the originator. Him and two other brethren were the originators of reggae music here in Puerto Rico, man. So I'm happy and grateful now just to be able to know these type of people and to share energy with them. So yeah, I'm in my West Puerto Rico, but for the last 4 years, I've been repping the A. Shout out to the A, man. Shout out to Atlanta. Why? Because man, if it wasn't for Atlanta, I wouldn't be in Puerto Rico. It was the energy of Atlanta. It was the magnetism of Atlantis.
Can we get more into that? Talking about
Atlantis,
how that brought us to here.
Yeah, so you mean from Atlanta to Puerto Rico, or
you know what? Let's start with after Troy.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Yes, John. All right, so after Troy, I graduated 2014. I was already in a previous business venture where I was partnered with Reds Travels and Ted Strong, and man, I moved on from that venture to another venture, but that's where I really started my entrepreneurial journey. Like soon as I graduated, I was looking for opportunity, and man, Alabama has a lot of opportunity. Just depends on what fits you. So for me, it wasn't too much going on that fit me. So I stuck around and I did the best I could. I grew a lot. The year I graduated, I grew a lot. I was traveling. Honestly, I was foreign. I was already traveling to Costa Rica 4 or 5 times a year while I was still in school.
I remember.
Literally, like, yeah, like,
you going again?
Yeah.
You feel me? And shout out to Johanna Albrecht. For real. Shout out to my Spanish teacher. Yeah, Dr. Albrecht, Johanna Albrecht, man. I always give her, her flowers. Why? Because she believed in me. She didn't look at me for, probably like my bad habits at the time. I may have been 3 minutes late to class, or I may didn't study as hard as I should, or she didn't judge me for what I look like, or she just didn't judge me, man. She just she loved me, and she gave me a chance, and she also encouraged me and pushed me, and she told me, yo, I see greatness in you. Like you can definitely do this, and this. So shout out to her. So
that's out to her. I loved her, man. She changed my mind, my mental status about like Spanish. That's the reason why I changed my major to Spanish. To Spain.
Wow.
Spanish. Like, the way she just talked about it and her passion, it was infectious. So that's
definitely.
Man, I feel the same way. I understand. So shouts out to her.
Man. Shouts out to her. I just spoke to her not too long ago. But that was our Spanish teacher. She was also the director of the study abroad program. That's where her and I really, really gelled because she took the time to do what no other professor has ever done. And that's just like genuinely get to know me and genuinely like help me and like to not look at me any kind of way because of my hair or somebody that I walk. I don't know. It was just a genuine like love vibe, shout out to her because she's living in her purpose of not only teaching Spanish, but traveling with these kids around the world. That's very big, that's very important. So yeah, after Troy, I fell in love with Costa Rica. I fell in love with traveling. I was already traveling, going over there 3 and 4 times. And I found a little Armorcita. You know what I'm saying? I found a little tica. And man, that's where the journey started. So 2016, man, I ended up moving to Costa Rica. I was knee deep in the culture. Como ya ahorita, como yo hablo español, yo hablo tico. Digamos tico, porque yo hablo como Mai, que es esta vara y suéltale Mai, va hablando. That's like, that's Costa Rica. Like,
he really does speak Spanish, y'all.
yeah, man. Yeah. This a real team. It ain't no game, but just to go over there and grow and pick up on the actual dialect, because it's one thing from learning the language. There's another total thing where you can speak the dialect.
Yeah.
Dialect is what separates you. So yeah, man, went to Costa Rica, started my travel business, Pearson Partners, which is now for Pearson Partners led to ForeignSpencer, which now is Raw Foreign. That's it. That's the company now. That's the brand. That's what you're going to be seeing. That's what you're going to be experiencing. That's going to be, man, it's the evolution. So we just relaunched here recently in 2020, and it's Raw Foreign, RAH4RN, right? So it's real adventure and healing.
Nice.
Raw adventure and healing at that. Raw adventure and healing for real.
I think we lost you.
Go ahead. I want to know what the question was.
Oh no, because I know that like he's mentioning, and hopefully we'll get him back soon.
Yeah.
I think he came back.
Just gotta get you to unmute here.
Yeah. But and I'm gonna let you finish, but when you were saying the raw foreign, is that where people seeing this can get your sea moss and your crystals? Because I've been seeing you,
Yes, King.
crystals getting into the, like you said,
Yes, King.
Natural stuff. Is that where they
get
it as well?
Yes. Yeah, bro, they can get it all, bro. They can get all the herbal tea blends. That's really what I specialize in. I'm stepping into my purpose as a herbalist, and I'm committed to being one of the most influential, impactful herbalists of all time, right? Yeah, it's beautiful, man. So that's what it is. It's really just raw adventure. When I say raw adventure, I'm not talking about no tourist team.
Right.
I'm talking about real culture, real food, real interacting with locals, like being somewhere to where, hey, it's a whole conversation going on over my head and I don't understand anything. Like, we're talking about raw culture. I know RJ knows because he's experienced, because when you're foreign and they call me foreign, but there's so many of us that are foreigners, especially, shout out to the Black foreigners that come from an environment where travel wasn't easily accessible. Our parents, we weren't born with passports. We had to struggle. We had to sacrifice to see the rest of the world. And when we did that, we got that energy back because it added courage to travel, especially by yourself. Right. It takes so much courage to travel. So that's why the adventure is raw and the healing is raw as well. What I mean raw, like it's organic. Literally, all of my products come from the ground, including the crystals. Like, I'm not getting any
lab-grown crystals.
Yeah. All my crystals are organic. They're raw crystals. Yeah, they're found in different caves and things such as that, things like that.
Question: if someone was to, let's just say, starting that, and they don't know what advice, where should they start? What can they start? You know what I'm saying? What should they do in your opinion as advice?
So you're saying like what
Like,
would be
let's
the
just
first
say,
step to?
people want to do, like, at least me, for example, you know what I'm saying? I want to do more holistic, you know what I'm saying, eating, more healing, more herbal, stuff. Where can I start? You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Where would be a good place to be like, start here and then go there, and then you can build up.
Right. So me personally, I tell people, so there's, I don't know if you know about all the chakras, right? There's 7 chakras, right? So what you want to do is you want to start with your lowest chakra, which is the root chakra, and you also want to start with your highest chakra, which is the crown chakra. With the root chakra being like, that's physical, like physicality, physical activity. Between each chakra, we operate in different realms, right? So if you're in like your root chakra, your sacral chakra, then you're operating in this physical space in the 3D body, like the flesh, right? Yeah. Then as you move up, you get into the emotion, right? You get into feelings, you get into your gut. Your gut is where you have wow, guys, you got so many nerves and so many feelings in your gut, you don't even realize. You have, other than your brain, you have more nerves in your gut than anywhere, any other place in the body. So that's why when like you get nervous or like, you get your heart broke or like, man, you just went through your girl's phone and you seen something you ain't want to see, your whole gut drops, because that's where all the nerves are. That's where your emotions. So it's also real close to the heart. So yeah, you got physical, you got emotional, then you have like the mental. You have like the mental, the psychological, right? So you got like the psyche, the mental, and then even above that, you got the spiritual. True. You got the spiritual, yeah, man. So I would say start with the physical. Right. But also, as you're starting on the physical, start with the spiritual. That way you can start at the bottom and the top, and you can come down and bring it together and be in the middle.
I like that.
Like, yeah, man. So that's what I would do. I would start with motion and meditation. Eminem. Eminem, to answer your question, King, easy. Start with motion and meditation. You want to meditate so you can get that crown chakra right. Right. Got to meditate so you can look inside yourself, and you got to do motion so you can get the body moving and the blood flowing, because the motion is what controls emotion. Yeah. Look at the words. All you got to do is look at words. That's why I love Spanish and language, because if you look at words, they really tell us what we need to do and how they control certain aspects of our life. So to answer your question, King, Eminem, man, start with meditation and motion.
Meditation and motion.
Right. I want to give a shout out, if you can, if I'm not mistaken, because the anniversary of the tornado Enterprise passed not too long ago, right?
Yeah, on my birthday, man, March 1st. Yeah,
March 1st. And for those that don't know, actually, I want you to Google it because you need to do your research, do your history. There was was E4 or E5?
E5.
The EF5 tornado that tore through Enterprise, Alabama, and Foreign was in school at that time and lost friends, family, brothers, sisters. But would you kind of give us not a backstory on that, but your experience?
Yeah, just real quick, man, because that's a touchy place right there. I had just graduated, like 2000. Shout out to class of 2006, man. E-Town High. Man. Enterprise High, man. There's nobody like y'all, class of 06. There'll never be another. So we were the last class to graduate in that high school. And it's so crazy because all the way from like before we even started junior high, the teachers were talking about our class. What is it about the class of 06? We were so talented, so gifted. We were so big. We were like one of the biggest classes ever to come through. And man, we were different. We were rowdy. We paved the way, man. So when like the teachers and the administrators, that they made it known, like, yo, y'all are different. And when I say we were the last class that graduated in our high school, like, wow, man, the energy of class of 06 was amazing. But shout out to class of 07, because they went through a lot too. Class of 08, man. Shout out to my brother Grant. Shout out to my brother Kyron, man. Much love. Everybody that went through that whole experience. So I was actually right down the street during the tornado, man. It was my birthday. It was my 19th birthday. I just turned 19. It was my freshman year in college. I was I had a party playing that night. I was going to the local junior college where I met, a lot of lifelong friends that I met freshman year. And we all went through that time together, man. So basically I was right down the street from the high school. My brother, like I said, shout out to Grand Hustle, man. Just a stand-up guy. He's a great dad.
Oh, yeah.
Just a great person. He was there. My old lady at the time, she was class of 07. She was there. A slew of friends. Also, my mom, because my mom was working at the superintendent's office. And the superintendent's office was attached to the high school. So, man, that was literally like my Katrina. Yeah. Right? If you go back and look at footage of that day, or you look at footage of Katrina, man, it's minus the flooding, there was no difference. The destruction was the same. I'm talking about cars on top of cars. I'm talking about buildings leveled. Our scoreboard, they found our scoreboard 30 minutes away in in another town, 30 minutes away. Our scoreboard, like that same scoreboard I used to look up on Friday night once we had kicked somebody's ass. It was that same scoreboard that was 30 minutes away, man. So just going through all those emotions, the tragedy, everybody that lost their life. It was 8 students. 6 of them, 6 or really 7 of them I knew personally. Jamie Videnzik, if it wasn't for her, man, I would have never passed 9th grade. So, rest in heaven, Jamie. Peter Dunn was in my PE class my senior year. He was a freshman and just had a heart of gold, man. I love that dude. Michael Bowen was a good dude. Katie Strump. Mikey Tompkins lived on the very next street from me. The very next street from me. I grew up with him, known him my whole life. His sister and I were in the gifted program together when we were younger. Yeah, man, very, very, very touchy day. Even, how many years is it later? I don't know. It's probably like 14 or 15 now, but yeah, it was definitely a very high emotional day. The city of Enterprise changed, never be the same. It'll never go back to the way it was. And, we'll never get those lives back. I also had a dear friend, Kaylin Rakestraw, who lost her grandmother on that day. So, to all the 9 lives lost on March 1st, 2007, may your legacy live on. Condolences and much love. And I'll see you again in the next life in the astral plane, and we'll live on together, So yeah, that was a real deal, man. And and it goes back to healing. It goes back to who I am as Raw Foreign, because that was something that, man, I had to heal from.
Oh yeah.
That was something, and I didn't even realize it. Like I still, like, even to this day, didn't realize the healing that I needed at that time. I didn't realize it. I ignored it. Like, seeing where I play football, the halls that I walked, some of my friends are dead now. Some of them, like, will never be able to walk again. All type of different scenarios. So yeah, it was definitely like a tragedy. It was definitely like sad and like gloomy. So I say that to say, if you've been through any tragedy, no matter what it is, I don't care what it is. Like, listen to me. I don't care what it is. You need to heal. You need to take the time to let your cells, literally your cells, cells, they have to recuperate from that tragedy, because that tragedy causes stress on your cells, literally. So
yeah. And when you say like, no matter what it is, like, people think all the time, like, that there's other people that are suffering worse than me, so I can't, like, worry about myself. But you should still take care of yourself, like you're saying.
Definitely, because that is true, though. That is true, Trevor. There's always somebody suffering worse than you. But at the same time, like you're still suffering. And suffering is not in alignment with wholeness and balance.
It's not a competition. You can't.
Right.
Don't suffer me.
Yeah.
That'd be so great.
You
Right.
can't compare yourself to other people in
bet
that
I'll
way.
suffer you.
Right.
Who?
Right. And you know, people do that. Like a lot of times we do that. Like, oh, my life is worse than yours. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I got it harder than you, and we complain. We play the complaining game, and yeah, it's tough. It's a difference between complaining and venting because you got to get it out.
Yeah.
But that's part of the healing. That's why you got to heal from it, so you don't dwell on it every day, man. For real. So, yeah, this is what I got right here. This is a part of my healing. This is Palo Santos, right? It's called Holywood in Espanol.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, I gotta
And
there too.
yeah, and this comes with my yes, sir. It comes with all my care packages, man. All my care packages, all my healing products come with Palo Santos. They come with sage, because it balances out the energy in your environment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you got to do. You gotta keep your energy balanced, because there's always going to be something to come and throw you off balance. That's what life is. However, it's up to you in the state of your mind to get your balance back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. I did there's tools that we use in the spiritual world to keep ourselves whole and balanced. And this is just one of them, apart from it smells good. Smells good to me. If somebody say Palo Santo stink, I know you need some healing. You need some spiritual cleansing.
Some me.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But definitely, man, take your healing serious. Any tragedy that you've been through, if you taking any loss, like everybody should be healing, because if you're like, what are we, 30? Man, if you're 30, bro, I'm sure you've been something where you've been through probably more than one or two things where you need some healing. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's what raw foreign is all about, man. The raw healing, like the shadow work, the mirror work, right? The ugly parts about healing, because healing is not all. It's not all sage and crystals and organites and jewelry and it's you actually have to raise your vibration. You have to overcome certain challenges in your life. That's just what it is, straight up.
It's just like going to the doctor. You can get healed. It's not all like rainbows and sunshine. Like sometimes it hurts. Sometimes you got to get an incision or a injection or.
Yeah. And my mom always used this analogy with me. She always said, if you like to work out, you got to go to the gym and build those muscles. In order for you to build those muscles, they got to tear. The weak ones got to tear.
Oh, wow. That's true.
Yeah, grow those muscles and make them bigger and stronger. So I always try to think of it like that too.
That's a better.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true, King. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I always kept that one with me. But so you started your travel business. You moved to Costa Rica. Where do we go after that?
Oh man, yeah. Back to the story, man. It's so beautiful. So after Costa Rica, when I'm telling you guys, I was knee deep in the culture. Like you couldn't tell me I wasn't a Tico. You could not tell me I wasn't a Tico. But 2016 came, and things changed, man. We got a new president in the United States. Costa Rica got a new president as well. And I literally felt the environment change. I had been traveling to that country at that time since 2011. So I had 5 years of experience, and I literally felt the energy change. And, the relationship I was in, it ended. I had a lot of friends over there, but I also learned a lot about friendships and just relationships during that time. And I also learned about relationships, long distance, like being out of sight and out of mind with somebody and how they treat you different when they don't see you every day. So I was like, wow, this is really what it feels like. So, people be like, where are you from? Yeah, I'm from here, but I grew up in Costa Rica, because I was traveling there since 21 years old. And I learned a lot of my hard lessons, my beautiful lessons there. So yeah, that's where we went to, man. 2017, I came back to the States. After about a year and a half of living in Costa Rica, enjoying that life, man. having to leave the country every 90 days because all I had was a tourist visa. You know, I was just thugging it. You know what I mean? I just loving the life. But yeah, I moved back to take care of my grandma. My grandma suffered a car accident. Actually, that same car accident, I was in Alabama at the time. And it's so crazy because Tez Strong, shout out to Tez, man. Thank God, but I love you. Tez was the one because I just moved back. I didn't have a car at the time. My transmission just blew the week before. And I called Tez and I was like, yo, you know, I believe I was crying. I'm pretty sure I was like, yo, you know, my baby just got in a car wreck, bro. I need to get down there and I don't know what I'm gonna do. And he immediately pulled up on me and we shot down there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he dropped me off in Dothan, which is like an hour and 15 minutes away from Troy, man. So when that happened, that slowed me down. It was like, okay, I gotta take care of my baby. So I hung around for a few months, took care of my grandma, watched her in her rehabilitation phase to where she could walk again and she could kind of, you know, be on her own again. And man, I took my talents to Atlanta, man. 2017, one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. One of the best decisions I ever made. And I started connecting, man. I started connecting with some very important people that I already knew.
Yeah.
And in 2018, this millionaire guy that I had looked up to from my previous company invited me to a business meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I went to the meeting and man, I loved everything he stood for. I loved everything that was going on. I just wasn't ready personally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't ready personally. And that's okay. So yeah, fast forward to the beginning of 2019, where I really locked arms with my mentor, my partner, Newark Thompson. Like if you have no idea who this guy is, right? Because it's not about the money he's made. Not at all. He's made Chad Entrepreneur Thompson.
Thank you.
Yes, Chad E. Thompson. Also goes by No More 9 to 5. So, you know, if you're on Instagram, No More 9 to 5, like the letter 9, the number 9, the number 2, the number 5. This guy is my mentor, along with some others, Kill Bay, Elijah Finley, Marquis Warner, Nick Shannon. Woo! Boy, shout out to Nick Shannon, man. If it wasn't him, I would have never met Chad Thompson. But yeah, I locked arms with Chad Thompson in Atlanta and got into the world of digital currency. So 2019, mind you, this whole time I'm going through my own healing journey now. Right? I'm still healing. I got tons of shit going on, personal things that even y'all don't know about. Y'all's right there.
Hold on. We might have to back up the story.
I heard last thing was personal things.
Yeah. All right.
But it's
we got the back up. Oh yeah, I got it.
You gotta have to unmute
you again. All right, so we're gonna back it up. You
said personal personal stuff. You were still going through your own stuff.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. I was still going through my own things that, man, people didn't know about. They just had no idea that I was going through that at the time. So, you know, and yeah, bro. Yeah, man, for real. And it's actually like cloudy. The sun just set. Some clouds came out like it's about to rain, but it's still beautiful, man. But that's what healing is. Like, it's sunny at first, and then the sun goes down and it gets dark. It might have to rain.
It's so true.
It might have to rain on your parade, King.
Rain.
You might have to literally.
Right.
Literally might have to rain on your parade, man. But that rain is cleansing you if you let it.
Yeah.
That rain is cleansing you and it's getting you ready for your next endeavor, your next stage in life. Like in Espanol, digamos la próxima etapa. You feel me? Like you got to get to the next level. So that's what I was doing. And Atlanta led me there. Atlanta really, like, that's where I really, because they used to call me the Don, Mr. International. You know, they say, oh my God, he's so foreign. But my mentor, Chad Entrepreneur Thompson, really was like, yo, do you realize the God-given talent that you have? Like, you're so foreign. I'm going to just call you foreign. And it stuck, man. It stuck, and I love it. And that's who I am. And I appreciate You know, all the gems, everything he's poured into me, and all my mentors, all of them have been very, very influential. So leading up now, it's 2019. I'm really stepping in my purpose of impacting lives, like for real, for real. Well, really, let me back up to 2018.
Okay.
Can I back up to 2018?
Yeah.
So 2018, right? I'm in a place to where I'm in Atlanta and I'm enjoying life. Like I'm enjoying it. Like I'm living every day. You know, I'm not working. I'm doing straight entrepreneur things. And like I'm going to the soccer games. I'm just in Atlanta culture. Like I'm out there with all the Yadman, all the Jamaicans and Ting. You feel me? Like I'm out there enjoying my Caribbean roots, getting in touch. I'm out there in Latin Atlanta. Literally, man. Shout out to uno de mis mejores amigos, one of my best friends, Claudio 506. Shout out to Costa Rica. This is my friend. You know, he's from Costa Rica, and he actually lived in Alabama, and we connected and we've been friends, man, almost like 7 years now. But just running around Atlanta with him, man, he had me some of everywhere. And I'm so happy and grateful just for the experience. But yeah, all this is going on 2018. You know, I'm falling in love with myself. I'm falling in love with the culture. I'm falling in love with my culture, like being a black man, like learning how to love and protect the black woman and the you know black children and all women and children, but definitely stepping into my purpose of you know helping my people and being a light because we've experienced a lot of darkness, my brother, a lot of darkness. So finding a way to be the light, man. I was going through my process, living with a Costa Rican girl that's still one of my best friends to this day. You know, relationship, it was strictly platonic. Strictly platonic. Oh, and quick advice. Yo, if when you have female friends, don't try to hunch all of them.
I know, right? I know,
You hear me,
right?
my brother?
Say it again.
Don't try to hunch all of them because you're gonna really like you're gonna miss your blessing because you know like I don't know about y'all, but once you lay down with me, once you have sex with foreign, your life is never the same. That's just what it is, and those emotions can get confused. So yeah, I live with a Costa Rican girl. And it sounded weird to other people. Like, what? That must be your lady. Nah, just strictly friends. And yeah, man. Shout out to Michi. Man. And yeah, man, it's a beautiful experience. So from there, I met somebody that really, really changed my life. Like this next guy that I'm about to talk about changed my life probably as much as Chad Entrepreneur Thompson, right? And this guy name is DeVaggio Forbes, right? My best friend. He's from Kingston, Jamaica, born and raised, and he's also raised in New York as well. So this guy really, really, really like I knew about holistic healing. I had already been through my own healing journey, but this guy really, really slapped me in the face with it. Like this was the first. How can I say this? Just like it is. This is the first time I met God in human form. Yeah, man. You're a real team, Doc. Real team. This is the first time I met God in human form when I met my friend DeVaggio Forbes, and we connected, man. It was just so organic how we connected. And from there, we've been impacting the world. That was in 2018, and here we are 3 years later, and we're just getting started. I mean, just getting started.
I see your journey. Shout out.
Right.
I see your journey.
Been paying attention.
Oh yeah, I'm always paying.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Yes, we will.
Who are ourselves. Hey, everybody listening out there and also watching the video on YouTube and wherever you listen to the podcast audibly. We appreciate your support and you sticking with us every week. For now, it's been just over a year we've been doing the show.
Incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible. And we've been working hard to pump out quality content. You know, we've had amazing guests on the show and we've had extra content and a reaction channel now. Yeah. So if you want more convo series in your life and you just can't get enough, you can get merch available now. All you have to do is contact us. How, Reg?
Or you can either hit us up on all social media. That's one way you could do it. Just DM us. Or if you want to just email us, you can email us at comboseries@gmail.com. You want to tell them about Vision Media, the parent
You can
company.
go to Vision Media. That's Vision, Vizion. Media, how you think it's spelled, LLC.com.
.com.
And you can reach us there. I think it's got a direct way to contact us just right through the website. So
For
it's pretty
sure.
simple. All the merch is made to order. And now for the first time ever, we have Vision Media hats in black and blue. So get those today and get all of your Convo Series merch as well.
They're made to order.
They are made to order, so make sure that you put your orders in early so we can get them to you in a timely manner. It is quality merch, so hit us up.
Hit us up.
And smash that like and all that stuff.
And again, we appreciate all the listens and your support. This is just another way to support us.
You
We
guys
thank
keep
you
us
for it.
going, and if you want, a way to show people that you support or that you listen to Convo Series, that you support Vision Media, there it is. So let us know, contact us and get your merch ordered today.
Thank you again.
Thank you a bunch of times.
Thank you more than him.
So many times.
More than him.
More than him.
Like to infinity and beyond.
But mine is that times 2.
You can't. No, I said beyond.
+1.
That's beyond.
So I was thinking, I was on the phone with that guy and he was like, you have a voice for radio. You should be on radio. And
Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe we should do a podcast or
Yeah, a lot of people these days are talking about starting a podcast, but a lot of people never do.
Yeah. Where do you even get started?
Well, dude, I got a cure for that.
Folks at home, does this sound like a conversation you've ever had?
Does it? Seriously.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation.
A lot of people have. And you know what? The thing it really comes down to is just doing it. And if you've ever had this thought or this conversation, like so many people who are now podcasters, don't be afraid to take that step. You can contact us right now. And how can they do that?
Well, you can just go to our website or follow us on any social media at Vision Media LLC. If you want to go to the website, visionmediallc.com. But either way, you should check us out, see what we are doing, because we do a plethora of things. If you're thinking about doing anything,
we do,
especially people, the local people here, right?
Yeah, yeah. If you're local, we do offer studio time in-house. You can record here. If you're not local and you would like to send us footage accompanied by sound files and anything that you might need, you can even start on an iPhone. Send us the files and we will handle post-production and even distribution at probably the best price.
At absolutely the best price. Absolutely the best price.
And you
guys.
heard it here first.
You heard it here first. No, seriously, all you have to do is record and send us your files. We do the editing however you want. We create your intro song. We do the distributing, all for one price. It's the best price you're going to find. So it only makes sense to check us out.
It only makes sense. And
back to your regularly scheduled whatever.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back.
After that word from our
ad.
Yeah.
Make sure you go click and what was our ad?
All the stuff. Do all of it.
Merch. Click buy that merch.
Buy the
DM
merch.
us.
That's what the ad is about.
Get some merch.
So whatever the ad is about, go do it.
There's a couple of them.
Tell your friends to go do it.
Do all of it.
All of it.
And yeah.
All right. Let's get back to you, Foreign. It's on you.
Yeah, man. So, that's been 3 years now that I've met my best friend, DeVaggio. Just like a light in my life, just shines so much. He's one of them lights, like he puts his light with your light, and then your light gets brighter. But he's also one of them people that shines light on your darkness too. So he shines that light on your darkness. You're like, hey, this is dark over here.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I still love you, but go deal with that shit. Cause I'm not. Nah, you got to deal with that.
It's important
And
to have
don't,
somebody that'll tell you to deal with that.
ooh, man, we got to have people in our life like that. Like I was telling my mom, I was like, Mama, I love being around DeVaggio because it's just such a accountable energy that comes with him. It's like when you're around him, you already know that you got to be accountable. Like to the point to where, you know, some people try to like impress him or appease him. And that's not it either, because that's where you lose yourself.
Yep.
When you try to impress somebody and Peter do when you do something outside of yourself for somebody else. And that's not it. But man, I love people that hold me accountable. You know, I love the friendship. And it's really, if it wasn't for him, there would be no Raw Foreign. If it wasn't for DeVaggio, there would be no Raw Foreign.
This right here kind of ties into the question that I was going to ask you, but I do know we don't have too much time. But and this right here is going to kind of, I want you to end your story off because I think we start with about 2020 now.
Yeah, we're right in like 2020, 2019, 20. Yeah,
kind of like this for me. After everything we've been through, you know what I'm saying? Even, you know, the parts that I know that we know, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before the done days, you know what I'm saying? Kind of tying into the enterprise days.
Right.
Now, because it's a two-part question. The first part, you now, what would you have told yourself on one of your lowest days? You know what I'm saying? What would you now in this mind now, because we've grown. Grown ain't even the word. Like we've literally transformed. You know what I'm saying? So what would your transformed mind now have told, maybe in a moment that you remember of in your lowest moment, what would you have told yourself? And then I'm gonna ask you the second part, and that'll kind of end.
Wow. What a question, bro. What a question for real.
I can build it up.
I know exactly what I would say. I know exactly what I would tell myself. Well, I could, you know, it could be a sentence. I could break it down into one word.
Because the reason I asked you this is because one, especially with this pandemic, no one's mental is quite the same. I mean, that's just one. And two, although every line has a for my Black people, it's a little bit harder in different areas, not all together in different areas. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, and people, our close friends are going to see this and they're going to remember that old Spencer. They're going to remember the SP.
Oh, yeah.
You feel
that's true.
And they ain't going to believe that journey. So, yeah, what would you tell yourself? Because we've changed, like I said. You know, what would you tell yourself?
One word, King, and that's gratitude.
Could you get
gratitude
background on why, or on kind of, you know?
Yeah, bigger background, because gratitude literally changes your attitude. Like if you can, through all the pain, and then you got to remember what pain is. Pain is just the process of adjusting into new blessings, into new circumstances, new situations, into newness in general, right? But there's no newness without no pain, bro. Because guess what? Your mama went through some pain to bring your ass here in this world.
True.
Because you were new. You was a new being. You were new cells. You was a new energy in the world. And that's just part of it. It's like Jim Rohn said, hey, you can't get mad at the setup. You just got to know the setup. The setup is you got to go through the process of adjusting into new blessings. But it makes it so much easier, and it makes it smoother, and it makes it worthwhile when you can give gratitude. That's why you got to meditate. Meditate in motion. You know what I'm saying? Because in your meditation, you're giving gratitude. Like, oh, I just failed this test. Damn, I got to stay at Troy another semester. Gratitude.
Yep.
Why? Because God is working on me. Maybe I'm not ready for the work. Maybe I need another semester. Maybe I need to save money. Maybe that dream job is not even going to be available until another 4 to 6 months. So gratitude, right? So that's why I would tell myself, man, going through all the pain, going through everything I've been through, bro, like, you know, like being unhealthy, having health scares, you know, fighting everything I've been through, failing classes, felonies, you know, heartbreak, you know, people robbing my house, kicking in my door, you know, people just being malicious towards me, people slandering my name, lying about me. Man, God, I mean, some of y'all been around for some of it, but just
That's
only
why
a little bit. But
I can tell, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of, because like I said, I've seen the transformation.
Right, like the gratitude. Even I could go back to Ruby Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
I could go back to how much of a blessing that place was, not only to me, but to so many other people. Then the way I left, I did not like it. I did not like it. It did not sit well with me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't right. I could say it wasn't fair, but I can also be accountable for my own actions too. But I will say that I still had gratitude. I give gratitude still. Why? Because, man, look how many people came and started working there through me and you, Tez.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at how many other people was able to eat and pay the lights while we was all struggling through college, because college is a struggle. And that's one thing, like, if I would have had more gratitude during those times, I think I would have been able to elevate and come out of the lowness. Because we're all going to be low. You're all going to be low, but you just got to come out of lowness. You have to, what we call in the spiritual world, you have to ascend. You have to ascend.
The other part of that question, and it's not really a question, but something I want to know to your future self, because we don't know where that future going to take us yet, but we know where we're trying to go. So what I want you to do is, since you didn't just gave, you know what I'm saying, what you would have told your past self, and this mind now, give a message to your future self.
Oh man, to my future self.
Tez is bringing the heat today.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's only because, to be honest, like I said, Trevor, kind of like, I see where he's like, we didn't come from the same stuff, but the same kind of background environment.
Right.
Yeah.
We come from the same environment. Now, there's a whole lot of topics we ain't touched on, and we ain't gonna touch on because we don't leave us.
Right.
To see that growth, I want to know where his mind was, is, and where is it gonna go?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know where it's gonna go? It's gonna go right back to the same thing. Gratitude. Because guess what? My future self is gonna say, look at you now. Look at where you come from. Look at everything you sacrificed. Look at everything. Was it worth it? Yes. So gratitude for the process, because you didn't know you could do. You didn't know you could go this far.
You feel me?
Yeah, we knew you could do it. We knew you could speak a little Spanish. You knew you was.
Hey, back at Forest Acres, let's just say I came over your house, back at Forest Acres or whatever, sitting on your porch chilling. Would you have thought about somebody came up to us and say, "Hey, you know, you're gonna be living in Puerto Rico, and you know, y'all gonna have some business going." Man, I would have been like, "Get the fuck up out of here."
Yeah, I would have told you you're crazy for real. Yeah, I would have told you you're crazy. I would have told you you're crazy because even the way that Puerto Rico came into play, and that's why I'm gonna look at myself in the future, literally and say the same thing. And you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, "Damn, Foreign, ain't you glad you didn't fucking quit?"
You know what you're gonna have to do? I ain't gonna lie to you. Make sure you get me on video when you do it, and I'm gonna sign off with the you feel me, with the blood pose. Make sure you do that. Once you tell yourself that,
bro. I haven't done it in years, man. I haven't done it in years.
I was talking about it was iconic.
It was, man. I love those days, and yeah, bro. In the future, man, it's still going to be gratitude, bro, for the journey, for the process of adjusting into new blessings, man. And that's what I really went through in 2019 and 2020, really. Not 2019, but 2020. 2019 was a good year. I did a lot of building. I did a lot of connecting. 2020 was the test. Woo! 2020 was the test. I went through so many things. Like, I started like new job, career. I quit a career. I quit a job. I retired. I retired like May 17th, 2020. I ended a 3-year relationship that I had started all the way back from Troy and kind of, lingering. It just, it's all love. It was just stagnant. It was just, our purpose in life wasn't aligned. Then I got into another relationship, which was way too soon, I'll be honest. But going through that relationship and, with it ending towards the end of the year, that relationship showed me so much more. a whole different level of life, of love, of passion, of spirituality, of energy, light and dark. Light and dark. And this is a whole nother episode right here. This is a whole totally different. Gracias, mi amor. Muchas gracias. Yes.
We went from the beach to a restaurant. You better eat.
Right. So yeah, with that being said, man, 2020 really like showed me who I was through all the trials and like who was with me. And it showed me that it doesn't matter who with me. All I need is myself. That's what it really showed me. And leading to that, man, 2020, July, I moved to Puerto Rico with a tribe of people, man. 6 adults, 8 kids. You know what I'm saying? 2 couples, and I was one of the couples. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, man, just seeing everything that we went through. You know, DeVaggio was there. Nice. DeVaggio was there in the flesh. His presence was definitely big and heavy. And to look at where I'm at now I'm the last person left.
That's how it be.
Nobody's here. Nobody's here anymore. Everybody's back in the A. Right? And you know, 3 of them are still together. The other 2 ladies, they went, you know, separate ways. And it's all love. It's all conditional love. But man, I learned so much about truth, about who people really are, really being able to see through the layers that people put on, and like really loving yourself, self-love. I think all the self-emotions is everything that's brought me to 2021, man. So July, August, we were back and forth to Atlanta. We really made that move, man. In August, we got a spot in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. I lived there for a few months. It was cool. It was a little beach town. I didn't care for it too much. And I moved up here to the mountain, man. And I've been living the dream. And also I've been grinding, man. I've been teaching people things they didn't know. You know, so I've been showing people how to trade the market. I've been teaching people about crypto. And I ain't talking about just Bitcoin. I'm talking about Nano, Litecoin, Ethereum, Harmony, Citrine. There's so many other like cryptocurrencies that don't cost $50,000 that we just don't know. I learned about investments. I learned about like how to not get finessed by these cryptos. I learned that, hey, if everybody's talking about it and it's trending, it's not the time to invest. Mm-hmm. It's not, because it's too late. It's too late. Uh-huh. You know, because people message me, yo, what you think about Dogecoin? I don't think about Dogecoin because I learned how to research the coin. And that's another thing I learned in 2021, bringing me here, is like I learned how to really do the research, like really do the work to find out the information I know, not only on investments, not only in crypto and learning new skill sets and businesses, but people and business ventures. You got to do the research. Even moving here to Puerto Rico, I knew a lot, but I didn't do all the research. Now it's teaching me and showing me how to do the research, man.
Right.
And all the work starts with self.
Right.
If y'all take anything from this podcast, it was a thing that I taught myself in 2020 that I'm still learning to this day, which is what? Self-love, self-discipline, self-preservation, self-reliance, self-control, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could go on with these self-words, you know what I'm saying? Self-care Sunday, self-care Saturday. I could go on with these self-words, man, but if I could take anything that I learned in the past 2 years through the pandemic, everything, it was like, man, that's why I'm here doing in Puerto Rico. I'm learning how to be 100% self-sufficient. ForeignSpencer. Flaquito, no necesita nadie, ni ningún lado. Right? That means I don't need nobody from nowhere, only myself and God. And if you look deep enough in yourself, you don't have to look up there for God. You can look in here. God is in there too. You can look all around, but you definitely have to look up there. Because if you're only looking here, you're gonna miss the self-love.
That's true.
You're gonna miss the self-admiration, right? You're gonna miss the self-imagination, because you gotta imagine your future. Because like, guess what? I didn't know I was gonna be in Puerto Rico, but I knew I was gonna live back in the foreign. I knew that.
Right.
You gotta manifest.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta manifest, and that's why you have to do the work, like the self work. You know what I'm saying? Like the mirror work, shadow work. You gotta do it. Literally, man. So Man, it's been beautiful from Troy, Alabama, from college to Atlanta, back to Troy to Atlanta to Puerto Rico to all the countries I've been in between, man. Like in between Troy, I've been about 16 countries.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just beautiful to like have a broader perspective of the world, the way the world works. And that's what's really brought me into my healing, because now I get it. Right now I see what they have been doing. I see what they got going on, and I see what I got to do as my part to fulfill my purpose in this realm, in this dimension, in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not coming back to this ghetto ass place to learn the same lessons. You feel me? I'm learning all the lessons now, King. All the lessons now, because man, this is it, man. Like, man, it's just beautiful, man. And I definitely want to return and talk more about like spirituality.
Yeah.
I got a Zoom call on next week that I like to invite you all to. You do have to DM me for the private link. You do have to make a donation. The donation doesn't matter. It can be $2.22, $3.23. It could be $1.11, but you have to make a donation. Why? Because I'm putting my time, effort, and energy into just sharing the knowledge. I already know the knowledge. I don't need it, but I do get fulfilled by giving it. However, a lot of times I give knowledge and energy, and it's not taken. It's not reciprocated. So therefore, I need some energy up front, which is money.
Right.
All money, all money is crystallized. Right. All money is crystallized. So I'm not asking for like, hey, send me $77. No, I'm not. It's not like that. But it's self-value, self-preservation. Yeah. I've learned to value myself, that I'm not giving away my time, energy, money, effort, or anything for free anymore. And it's not about money, but it's about an energy exchange. That's it. 100%. Energy exchange. So spiritual influence 101 will be live next week. The first episode, the first Zoom call will be next week. And this is where I'm really diving into spirituality, asking all those tough questions. Man, we're looking at next Thursday or Friday. So what is that date? That's going to be the 18th? Yeah.
Let me see here.
Somewhere around there.
Thursday or Friday, you said? Yeah, 18th or 19th.
Right. Okay, 18th to 19th. So we're looking at 18th to 19th. I got to coordinate with my team because we got crypto calls and we got just a lot of beautiful information going on. So I just want to make sure I'm in alignment. But definitely, I'll be dropping that link, dropping information about spiritual influence 101.
You said
and how you can raise your vibration. Right? Yeah, this is going to be the very first one.
Good. So if people want to find out where the next one is, I don't know if they're going to catch this one. Where can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, man. Follow me on Instagram at ForeignSpencer, ForeignSpencer, Spencer, and add me on Facebook at ForeignSpencer and Raw Foreign, RAH, Raw Adventure and Healing Foreign, ForeignIgn. I have two Facebooks because for one, I couldn't add no more friends on ForeignSpencer. I got 5,000. I can't add no more people. But I do have a big following there, and a lot of people from like my hometown, high school, college, and these places. But Raw Foreign is like the modern me. Raw Foreign is the more honest, brutally honest, like shit you don't even want to hear.
Right.
Like, man, tell him to shut up. Tell him to go, it gets controversial over there.
Yeah. Okay.
It gets controversial, but it's a beautiful controversy because the controversy is only to make you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
I'm not trying to tell these guys.
That's it. It's only to make you think, man. So, man, tap in with me on Raw Foreign. I've already had like 5 viral posts. One post got like 55,000 shares. I've only had that Facebook maybe 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
nice.
2 months. I've only had that Facebook like 60 days, and it's blowing up, man. And people are getting value. And that's what I'm here for, to give value, man. So Yeah, man. Thank y'all so much, man. For real.
We appreciate it.
No,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much for making the time to like come on and talk to us and reminisce with me and Tez over here.
Yeah, King. Always, man. Always, my brother. For real.
We're gonna have to get you back
Definitely
the
the highest
next time
blessing.
you come back. We'll talk about the spirituality and then juxtapose it with the financial aspect, a little bit more about Forex and all that.
Yeah, because it's all energy, man. It's all energy, and when you understand that money and really resources, not really so much about money, it's just about resources. When you understand that it's all energy, and when you learn how to control that energy and attract it, right? For the longest time, guys, I was chasing money, ripping and running, chasing cars, doing whatever, like even in college, working 3-4 jobs, just chasing money until my mentor taught me how to attract it into my life, and man, it makes all the difference in the world, man. It makes all the difference in the world, King.
And everyone
Literally.
listening out there and watching on YouTube, if you want to learn that too, definitely
for sure.
To ForeignSpencer. Go check him out. Go follow him on everything. I am Reg Travels.
Yeah, follow me at The Chosen One. That's all I'm gonna say today.
You already said. Follow me on Instagram at Lights Camera Tez.
You never remember.
I never do. Old head Tez _ in between. On Facebook at Tez Strong.
And we have a Combo Series podcast. Follow us everywhere, you guys. And again, just hop on over to YouTube if you haven't done so already. Hit that like button. You know what? Don't even worry about that. Subscribe. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. We appreciate you guys. And then also, if you want more behind the scenes content and all types of stuff, get Patreon. I almost couldn't remember what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Follow us on Patreon right now.
Oh,
yeah, it's very cheap. The lowest price is $1, guys. So go on and see what you get with those different tiers. We appreciate you guys for listening.
Go Vision Media.
Go
Vision
Vision
is our passion.
yeah.
That's my ad.
And follow us there at Vision Media LLC on pretty much
it on the
everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See it, guys. We appreciate you listening every week after week. And as always, guys, we love the shit out of you. And until next time.
Come on.